see, 5:02 a.m., 20 minutes to the open. Today is the 18th of March. And first thing as always, set some levels. And did some reviewing yesterday. And I'm in a bit of a slump when it comes to trading. I've been having a few more red days and green days in the past week or so. I like to go watch my green trades. I like to just skim through all of them, not all of them, a lot of the big ones, and just get a nice refresher on what I did right that day. And by doing that, that always gives me some confidence as well. It reminds me that I can take good trades, good quality trades, and make money. So, did that yesterday. I reviewed yesterday's trade, and then after that, I just reviewed all my big winners and building up that confidence to let me come in today, feeling confident and good, knowing that I can do this. So it's not that I'm not doubting it's not that I'm doubting myself. It's just it's good to reflect on how far you've come, and when I see those trades where I make really good money, it shows me that I know what I'm doing. So can't question myself, can't question my abilities. I put in a lot of time to get to where I'm at, and I'm only getting started. So first things first, SPY. I'm on the weekly chart here, drawing the support and resistance levels. Pretty significant area of support that's standing out to me is probably 661. So let's draw the rectangle here. There is a Fed meeting in 5 hours. A lot of times when there's Fed meetings, the market can move pretty volatile at that time. So the market today might just be very slow and potentially choppy until that meeting. So for SPY, I marked 661 for support, resistance 676. I'm on the weekly chart here. If I zoom out, we can see we're bouncing off of this resistance here when we're above. So price action is currently within this mini range going on. So I think that's a good level for the SPY to mark. Going to the Qs. Qs getting very tight here. You can see very tight consolidation range on the Qs here. So we'll draw obvious area of support that's standing out to me. 594 is looking pretty good to me. Current price for Qs it's at 600, which is a big round number. So there may be maybe some volatility around 600, but again, we're kind of just in this range, not really going anywhere. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Do right there. So 609, 610 as resistance here, and then 594 support. So got those levels marked for the SPY and Qs. As of lately, I've just been marking so many tickers on my watch list, like charting the box. So today I'm just going to chart everything that I'm interested in, or not even interested in, but a lot of stuff that has, volume, even relatively lower volume. Doesn't mean that stocks can't get some volume after market open, even if it's low pre-market or lower. Nonetheless, I don't want to trade anything pre-market under probably 500,000 shares being traded. Okay, Tesla here. Let's go to the weekly. pretty tight, pretty small bearish trend here. It's just slowly grinding down here. I'm going to mark 388 as my support area. Seems to be some good liquidity there and some bounce points on the candlesticks. Resistance being 416, 415-ish. That's looking good to me. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see, Tesla we're done with. Let's go to Apple. Apple's volume as of lately has been really low. 172,000 shares pre-market. Nothing really going on, but nonetheless we're going to mark it up. All it takes is somebody to get interested in the stock and then other people will follow suit. So, flip into the daily here. Nothing really standing out. Let's go to 60. Nothing really there. So, excuse me, go back to the weekly here. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Zoom out a little more left here. Try to tighten everything up. Okay, there we go. Alright, pretty significant area of support here. You got the touch point here, or, price rising here, and then you got some pretty obvious areas of support right there as well for Apple. So I think area of support 250, 249.39 is what I have, but 250 is a good big round number to keep in mind. Area resistance I'm drawing 259. That looks good to me. Let's see, PLTR. PLTR made a move up here. This is the weekly chart. You can see it's kind of making a bit of a flag here. So, price is getting tighter. It could potentially break up here or push back down. So let's draw the box here. Let's see. That's looking pretty good to me. 159.4 for resistance. And it's been consolidating in that little range. So we're going to do the bottom of that range here. Around 147. We're going to bring it up just a hair here. Right there's looking good. So pretty tight range here for PLTR. Okay, MU had that, MU did reach all-time high yesterday. So let's check that out. Of course, so many data points. Let's just zoom in. I don't know why it does this. I've never had this issue. You can just pull up any chart, but for whatever reason, you zoom in. Alright, here we go. MU, that's the weekly. Let's go to the daily here. You can see all-time high was back in January 30th of 455, and yesterday the stock broke the 455 and has made its way up to, at the close yesterday it was 463, and pre-market high today was 476. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So MU, let's see on the daily. So 60. So far MU, it gapped up here at 475 and has slowly been selling off. So MU on the day has moved from 476 to 461. It's already moved 61.71, $15 on the day already. If we look at the average true range is around $24, $25 give or take. So it could potentially move maybe $10 more, give or take. It can always move way more than that. But a rough average around $25 intraday is the highs and lows. Let's see, 45, 55, 65. Just looking at the previous days here. 55, 38, 48, 58. So like $18 there, $17 there. So it seems like it's trading around $20 or so per day. Give or take, 477, 461. Yeah, 61. So about $15 pre-market's already moved, so be interesting to see what MU does. Volume, if we look left here, volume's really high since beginning of the year or middle of the first month, January 16th. So yesterday, good volume here. Nice volume here. Kind of sold off, bought back up. So area of resistance here, support. We are looking at the 60. Let's go back even further. Next area, liquidity, really where it's at. There's quite a bit of liquidity going on. You got the volume bars here to our left. But we can go to the daily here, get that box going. So it seems like area of support here I'm drawing is pretty much the close of yesterday's candle. Next area of liquidity to the downside is around 446. We can probably bring that up a little bit. Maybe 453, 455. Okay, we'll leave that there. So MU, 2,700,000 shares traded pre-market, so it's definitely of interest. SanDisk, SNDK. Yesterday it tested all-time high, and then today it opened up. Currently where it's at, and I think it got bought up, sold off here. Opened up above the range here, doing the same exact thing as MU, just slightly selling off. So SanDisk right now, let's do that. SanDisk 800,000 shares traded pre-market. Let's get the box going. Marking yesterday's high as an area of support. Potential bounce area. Next area of support will be 668 for me. So we'll see what price does. It's getting close to testing it right now. Okay, let's see. Let's check out NVIDIA. Again, I'm charting everything, drawing support and resistance on everything. And yesterday, just realizing, and looking at my previous really big trades, the volume candle, the volume bars, they always give you the signal whether stock's in play or not. So the volume's very evenly distributed, and then a lot of times stocks are just going to trend, but there's really not much interest going on. But when 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chart starts showing some candlesticks that are really sticking out relative to other candlesticks, and there's a lot of active buying and selling going on, instead of algorithmic trading and profit taking, moving price action. So let's see here. This is NVIDIA on the weekly. NVIDIA just taking its sweet time here. Whenever NVIDIA breaks out, and it does break out with some volume, it's been consolidating since, August of last year. The longer something consolidates, the more potential energy it builds up, and then usually the bigger the move that happens when it breaks out the zone. So area of support, resistance here, 183 is what I'm marking. And then area of support, it's going to be 176. Let's go to the daily here. Yeah, it looks good to me. I mean, we have, again, if we look left, a couple days trying to break out this little mini range, come back up, broke down, floated back up, broke down, came back in. So there's a lot of, it seems to be right through the boxes, areas where price can potentially break down or move back up from. So that looks good to me. NVIDIA, let's see, AMD, 12 minutes until the open. AMD has 600,000 shares traded. AMD is looking pretty weak to me. And we have a little bit of a gap from 190 to like 185. So, I mean, that's a decent gap. You have 100 shares and you get a $5 move, that's $500. That's a lot. Let's see. Area of significant support that's standing out to me, pretty much the lows of those candles here, so 194. And we drew that right there for another area of support, 188. Okay, that's good. Let's chart Google here. Google 1.6 million shares traded pre-market. Google's been doing the sideways action for some time now. So it's holding strong up here. People think Google price at $300 is worth that. So that's good for the longs, especially with the market seeming a little bit more on the bearish side. Okay, let's draw some lines here. So pretty much where the price is at, maybe a little bit higher actually. I'm drawing 315 as my area of resistance here. And 303 is support. 300 is a good psychological number. So we have that. Let's see, MSTR. Some more. Sorry you guys have to hear that. Sorry you have to hear that too. Okay, let's see, Master, or MSTR, it's not Master. Ticker name is MSTR. Just looking at the volume here on this guy. On the day, it's trending down pretty aggressively. It's down 3.2%, down $5 on the day. Let's see. From yesterday and then today, let's see. So the high today, 151. And then the low is 144, so it's moved already $6. On the day, if we look at the average true range, and as of lately, it's been moving, give or take, around $8 or so. So with it moving already, or I guess the low of today, $6 from the high of today, then maybe a potential $2 move. So let's say I drew we'll just do that for fun, actually. You probably hear my baby. Just looking left here, I'm seeing we're just in a big old range here. It's nothing really going on, but let's just mark this up here for fun. So let's and then if I can remember, I'll come back to it. So on the day here, high of 151.44, and then the low as of right now is 144.83. So I'm gonna bring that down to 142.83, give or take. Okay, that looks good. So if the average true range stays true for this guy, then it'd be interesting to see if we get a bounce point around this 142. If we look left here, this is a 60-minute chart. We definitely see some touch points here of liquidity. So it's definitely an area of interest of buying and selling going on. So might be something interesting going on when price gets to that level. So if there's extension from VWAP and lots of volume as we push toward this level, if it does, it'd be good for maybe potential bounce. There might be some news on it though. With pre-market, it's been just grinding down pretty aggressively here. There might be some negative news, so be interesting to see if it bounces here and then moves back up and then slowly starts to trickle back down, or if it just reverses from there. So be interesting. Let's see. Just typing in some other tickers here. Too many data points, always too many. This stock has 6.3 million shares traded pre-market. Very active. So this is a weekly chart of this stock. I'm going way left here. I have to go way left. At one point, this stock was trading real high. As of right now, it's testing a pretty significant area. Let's keep going left. As far left as we can go. So a pretty significant area of support / resistance. Got a touch point here. This is way back to 2015. So we went way back. So I think an obvious area to mark for resistance here is pretty much the high of that candle. So let's draw the rectangle. The stock right now is only, there's a lot of volume. It's up $2 on the day. The range so far has been $6. And so let's draw our support here. Maybe 106. 106 looks pretty good. Let's zoom in, make sure we're lined up nicely. Okay. So there's lots of volume here. Pre-market. So USA might be interesting here. Let me put that on my list. Nvidia is drawn up, PLTR, we have the box, Google, AMD, Amazon, we haven't charted up yet. Let's just charting up everything. Because I want to see what the volume is looking like once we get to the box. If the volume is giving me obvious signal, then I'll look for a trade. But the volume will let me know. Volume is everything. I have just a couple minutes until the open here. Area of resistance 216. Area of support, I'm drawing is 206. MU's got the box going, SanDisk does, Tesla does. Meta we haven't drawn up. Let's do that real quick. It's a couple minutes until the open here. Alright, weekly chart here. Area of, resistance, I'm marking 630. Let's see. Let's say the stock does break down potentially, maybe 584 for support. I mean, that's a big swing. If it were to move down that far, bring that up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. 597, so 600 is a really good psychological number to keep an eye out on. Alright, let's see. We have 1 minute till the open. SPY is right in the middle of the range here. SPY is sold out pretty aggressively as of lately. Qs. Right in the middle of the range as well. And you tested the box earlier. SanDisk floating just above the box. Let's close that. Let's see. That. Alright, market's gonna open up here in 10 seconds. Probably watch MU as the main ticker here. Alright, market's open. Ping is, it's first day, the ping's not looking too sweet. Let's see if that clears up. I need that value to come back down. If I want to see if the ping's good, I'll just go to NVIDIA. The price action on NVIDIA is always lots of liquidity and it seems very laggy. So to fix that, I always go to data stream mode, switch quote server, see if that fixes it. Now the liquidity looks much faster, so just had to switch quote servers. Okay, MU here. Tesla, and put NVIDIA over here. Okay, MU testing the box here. 460 has a nice order. Good size order waiting to be filled. 460. So watching the price action here. So if I remember right on MU, that was, now it's testing yesterday's close essentially. Oh, I need to record, screen record. Record your trades, guys. Always record your trades. Look at that. The price on this 1 minute chart came right down and bounced right off of yesterday's close. So if I were long bias, I would have added to my position right here. Off of S3, tested R3 on this 1 minute chart. So that's a pretty, in hindsight looking at, it's a good area to buy right here and then sell at R3 if it can get there. Like a quick scalp, 461 to 467, that's a nice move. Excuse me. SNDK is looking. It shot up quite aggressively and then sold off quite aggressively as of right now. Go to my options chart here. Just punch in some tickers. Potentially trade. SNDK. Let's see. Let's go to SNDK. SanDisk. That's not SanDisk, is it? There it is. So, 2 minute chart, you can see long wick up, bounce right off. And 3 minute chart, bought up, sold off. So, MU here, trying to decide what it wants to do. It's already making a wedge right out the gate. Price is tightening up here. SanDisk looks really weak. Look at SanDisk here. Bought up really aggressively. Selling off pretty aggressively here. $620 is a couple, 600. 700 is where the volume is at. Okay. Gotta let the money fall into our pocket. So, just have to be patient. Price will tell me, volume will let me know. Gonna skim through these boxes here, or these tickers, seeing if anybody's floating around the box. MU seems to be the only one as of right now. I didn't chart those guys up. Okay. SanDisk, MU. MU seems to find some good support here at this 461 area. Couple touch points, so 3 minute chart showing some pretty significant support here at that level as well. So if you're an open range break trader, VWAP is right next to the candles here. If this price action was to get really bullish right here, people would take a long around 465 for the push higher to break out of this range. That's something open and range break traders would be looking for. They take a long probably about right here if they're going to. Volume's dying down a little bit, so to me it's not the best time to do it. Need that volume confirmation. Pulling back just a little bit here. Nice order at 470. Making another little flag here, a little mini wedge. Okay, let's see what the price action does here. There's definitely volume, but there's definitely sellers right there at 465, 465, 60. Doesn't want to push up just yet. If we look at the 5-minute chart here, if this green candle, if this 5-minute closes as an engulfing candle on this guy, and the entry's near VWAP, I might take a small long position for the breakup, or away from the box. So if I do take a trade, I'm gonna keep the position size rather small, but it seems like it might want to squeeze down here. A minute until that candle closes. Excuse me. Spying cues testing VWAP right now. No trades yet. Let's go through these stocks here real quick. Apple, nothing. Nothing. MU, getting interesting here. What was that other ticker that I marked? Was that Master? MSTR? Okay, let's see. What is MU going to do? Is it going to squeeze this level? Or a buyer is going to step in? Testing yesterday's high, or yesterday's close. Alright, seeing the squeeze through there. Volumes starting to pick up here. If this candle can close below this box here, maybe good for a short. You can see it's bounced, closed above it. Just watching it now. Testing the box here. 460 is the next decent liquidity area. Seems like it may want to squeeze down through that. Maybe test 460. I don't know, it's going pretty strong so far. Buyers are stepping in. 2-minute chart here. Have the volume picking up. Trying to hold this area at a support here. 3-minute chart, volume's picking up. Candle closed at the box, so still something to just watch. SanDisk has made its way down to the box. Watching the volume there. SanDisk has bounced off of the box. Just watching MU. MU seems more interesting to me. So, just watching the volume here. Man, it seems weak. Seems like it really might want to break down here. You can see every time it tries to push up, there's quite a bit of red showing up on the screen here. Let's go to MU options. Just watching the price action on MU here. Yeah, look at that. It's weak. Seems weak. And the spine cues are weak, so that would have been a good entry for a short right there. Look at that. That's nice. That's really nice. Squeeze at 460, failed, volumes nice. Continue moving down, hopefully. 2 minute chart, nice big red candle, decent volume, so that may just push down as well. SanDisk actually moved down back into the box. SanDisk broke down into the box here. Interesting to see what SanDisk does here. Where's the volume here? 700. Just watching SanDisk here. I want to see if it's going to potentially test the box here. I'd love to see like some pressure to the upside and then sell off right back down to the box. I'd love to see it push up and close below VWAP here and maybe start following a trend to the downside. That would be really sweet for that guy. Put NU on here. Sorry, stop chewing on your foot. Just watching SanDisk here, guys. Volume here on the 2 minute chart, as it made its move down, volume picked up, so that's, to me, that's a good signal for bearish price sentiment here. Watching this pullback here, volume is very, very null right now. Interesting to see here. We're below S4 as well, so. Be a good area to maybe short it here. I want to see if it's gonna show any sort of strength to the upside and then the bear step back in. Price action is very dry right now, nothing going on. Not much going on at all here. Maybe one contract here. Just watching the price action. And you just push its way back up into the box, or above the box. Just watching SanDisk here. It's just floating around the box now. Nothing really going on. Almost took a trade there, but not yet. The signal just needs to be very obvious for me. I need to be a little more picky. I'm just keeping my eye on MU. MU getting bullish here. It's made its way through the box. Okay. SanDisk here, starting to squeeze up. I'm happy I didn't take that short. Definitely would have lost on it. Just didn't seem obvious to me. So that's good. Good patience there. That's a win. Didn't force it. And you coming back down to test the box. Seems like some pretty significant volume to the downside there for MU. MU has a decent order at 465. MU seems weak, man. Tested the VWAP there. Just watching MU here, guys. Zero trades so far, nothing going for me yet. Some decent orders down to 460 and then 458. Ladder looks slightly more bearish here, just watching the price action. Still just watching MU, guys. Seems still just watching, just being patient. Nothing really going on right now. Squeezing back up to VWAP here. Oh. Whew. Let's see if it just pulls right back down real fast. And volume's starting to dry up a little bit. SanDisk. Testing VWAP as well. It seems like MU and SanDisk are kind of moving in sync here. Just going through the stocks here, seeing if there's any tickers that are having some real expansion to the upside or downside. AMD. Look at that, the thing's just grinding up higher and higher. Where did that mark? We've been near range. Oh. Just put my box above a range too, find the area of resistance, so that's good to know. 200 is a good psychological number. I'll watch AMD around 200, see what the price is doing there. It's definitely something I'll keep in mind here, but I want to wait until it gets to 200. We'll get close to testing 200. Amazon, nothing. MU, not much going on. Tesla has some pretty good volume here. We'll watch Tesla for a sec. Where are we at? We're at 400 for Tesla. Again, that's right. It's a big psychological number, 400, and 400 got filled. Just watching the price action on Tesla. Tesla's ladder's more bullish. How much has Tesla moved? On the day, it's moving around 10, 11, 10 to 15 bucks, give or take. Tesla on a day is only moved like 3 bucks. Not really much yet going on here. Just kind of consolidating here above 400. I'm wrong here. 396 low, so $6 so far. I don't know, potential $10 to $12 swing. So Tesla may just keep grinding up higher and higher. SPY hanging below VWAP. Trying to recover from that downslide here. Qs as well. Testing VWAP. Kind of got bought up, sold off. It's below VWAP right now. Okay, I'm watching Tesla now. I want to see Tesla. What's it going to do here? Seems like it might want to blast through this. Bounced right off. See here, just watching the price action on Tesla. Volume's picking up toward the top of that range. I want to see if it's going to squeeze here. So are you going to squeeze up? MU and SanDisk making their way up. Tesla squeeze up a little bit. Let's see if it's going to push. $9.57. 3-minute candle is going to close here in 20 seconds. This candle closes above this range. It's definitely more bullish bias for sure. Something to just sit on our hands and wait. If within the next 10 seconds it sells off really aggressively, which it's not going to. Yeah, it's very bullish. Look at that 2-minute chart here. Look at that candle. Big green candle through that consolidation area. That's really nice. So you can see here on the 3-minute volume, these candlesticks, these 3 big ones here, nice big green candles, sold out, pop back up. And as we start to go sideways, volume died down a little bit, and then as we push back up, volume picks up again with these other bars. So there's a lot of buying pressure there going on. Buyers will just step in right here again. This 2-minute, 3-minute candle give me, if I was long biased here, give me a little bit of confidence that we can bounce off this here. We aren't super extended from VWAP. It's nice to see a stock test the box, but it gets extended from VWAP, like the price action really starts to look like a rocket, like it almost is going vertical. Because then it's going to eventually run out of fuel and crash back down. But it seems to just be grinding up slowly here. Alright, half hour. So I'm looking at usually on the every 15-minute and 30-minute increments after the open. I like to go through the charts and look at the 15-minute, 30-minute charts to see how the candlesticks are looking. So we go to the 15-minute on Apple, 15 minutes down there. Nothing of interest. There's an engulf here on Nvidia, so maybe good for potential long here. Maybe it'll push up to my level. Seems more bullish. Nice bullish action there. Google, AMD. Testing 200 here. Look at that 15-minute candle. AMD has a lot of volume. It's looking very vertical here. AMD's getting interesting. AMD, 30,000 shares looking to get filled on AMD at 200. Yeah, AMD has really good volume. Starting to pull back here. SPY is starting to sell off. Qs are starting to sell off. What's Tesla looking like? Tesla pulled back aggressively. Wow. A lot of volume too. Okay, AMD testing 200 again. This is where it gets interesting. Are there going to be a lot of buyers that step in here? Spine key is bouncing a little bit. Watching AMD here, guys. Look at the volume on the 2 minute. It still has a whole minute to close, but that volume's drying out. So there's a signal for me. Volume's very average on the 1 minute so far. So signal's not obvious yet. Spine Qs still hanging below VWAP. Alright, testing 200 here. The 3 minute candle's gonna close here in 20 seconds. Testing 200 here, see if that order gets filled. Not quite yet. We're following that trend line nicely on the 1 minute. Spine Qs looking pretty weak. If spine Qs break down here, AMD might just go down with it. Two-minute candle here. Still has a minute, 10 seconds to close. Volume's very low, so there's a lack of interest up here. I mean, we've been grinding up pretty aggressively. Volume's decent up here. 3 minute. Just want to see if 200 is going to get filled. If 200 gets filled and spine Qs start breaking down, I think all the longs are going to be closing their position at 200. Because there's 50,000 shares looking to get filled at 200. 200 filled, okay. Let's see, 200 filled. It's pretty bullish candle, more bullish than bearish, so let's see if it's going to keep grinding up here. Spine Qs just been stuck in a range, but it's testing the high of that range. So we're just waiting for the right opportunity here, guys, to strike. But we have to get confirmation from the tape and the volume. AMD looking very strong. But man, it's starting to look like that rocket, guys. It's starting to get real bullish here. We're getting some pretty good extension from VWAP. That 3 minute looks very bullish. I want to see if it's going to test that here. Just watching the 5 minute candle here on AMD. It'd be nice if this closed below 200 on AMD. Just moving up the box here, I'm looking at bigger time frames. It seems to be a decent area of where there's a lot of liquidity. Be interesting to see what price does around there, if it can get there. Volume's dying out, guys. This candle here, volume's getting, it's drying out. Still watching though. 10. I want to see if it can make it up to that level. Ladder's still more bullish, I would say, than bearish, so. I want to see if we got our signal yet. Spine keys might break down here. The 5 minute candle. Let's see, we'll go to the 5 here for you guys. Big green candle, just as much as that opening candle. I want to see if it's going to test that high. I mean, a 5 minute candle with that volume, that's definitely more bullish price action than bearish. So if the bulls stand true, it should push up through that level. Spine Qs might be breaking down here, so AMD might follow suit here. It's already made such a huge move up. It's been respecting that moving average nicely here. Be interesting to see what this 15-minute candle does. 3 minutes until the 15-minute candle closes. Spine Qs look weak. AMD might have topped out here, guys. Moving up on volume. Volume's dying down as they're pulling back. That's more bullish price action. Not ready yet. Spine Qs are looking weak. Seems weak to me, guys. SPY and Q's breaking down. See if we lose this moving average here. SPY and Q's breaking down. Yeah, I'm gonna go long puts, 5 contracts. So we're in now, guys. I'm looking for this stock to sell off. If SPY and Q's can get real bearish here, we might move back down. Out of 5 contracts. The 15 minutes making a nice indecision candle here with lots of volume. Let's see if this can move in our favor here. If SPY and Q's can dump, we can get a nice swing on this, I think. So I'm bearish on the stock, but I'm long puts. So down here, I'm hoping that this goes up. As this goes down, this will go up. If it were to. The 15-minute candle is very bearish to me. Or not bearish, but a nice indecision candle on the 15. So buyers and sellers kind of duking it out. Lots of volume though. First 15-minute candle had some selling pressure to it as well. So a bit of the waiting game now. If SPY and Q's can sell off, that'd be ideal for a move back down. We've given out the moving average here on the 9 EMA 1 minute, but let's see what this price action does. Little late on my entry. I mean, if I'm short bias and we have extension like this, I should always try to get the top. This candle right here was kind of gave me the idea as my first signal here with that volume, but we're just waiting and seeing now. The ladder is still more bullish, but it has made a nice move up to 200. Let's go to A&D here. Let's see how much we've moved on the day already. A&D on the day moves around $8, give or take. And A&D so far on the day has moved from 195 to 200. Let's go back to our options here. 195 to, so $5.50 move, so. Just looking for the pullback now, guys. If SPY and Q's can get bearish here, this can move down nicely for me for a swing back down. There's a lot of liquidity at 197. wonder if we're starting a trend down here. See if price is going to respect that trend line here. You can see we got a couple touch points. Buying cues looking relatively weak to me. That's a lot of volume on that 15-minute candle on AMD. Moved up aggressively with more selling pressure. I like the trade. We just got to see if we get that move down for us. Again, as buying cues can get bearish here with some volume, this stock can definitely move in our favor. But we need to see that volume. Be nice if we grind down and then volume starts to pick up. With those big candles, volume stepping in the shorts. Oh, okay, 197. So far it's respecting this trend line, guys. See that? Be curious to see if it just keeps bouncing. It'd be nice if it respected it. Testing R4 on the 1 minute chart though, so that's an area of some support. Spine cues made a little leg down from its consolidation area. Hoping to see that just keep moving down. So short bias on the stop, long puts, 5 contracts. 1 contract equals 100 shares. So if we zoom in here, we got in at 384 per contract. So if it moves up to 484, that would give me $500 if I were to close a position. If it moved up $1 with 5 contracts. So just sitting, waiting, watching now. 6:21. I'm not going to do what I did yesterday and trade until a half hour after I should have been done. So at least I don't want to, right? I shouldn't. So respecting this trend line here, I'd love to see some expansion or some selling pressure to the downside. Respect this and then show some actual volume squeezing down. Significant area of support here is this pivot point, kind of above the trend line right now. So spine cues still look weak to me, man. It'd be great to see them push down. If they can push down, might give AMD some segment to want to push down too. The longer I'm in this trade, as an options trade, the worse or the less the risk reward is for me in my favor. That's the one thing with options is time is your enemy. If I were to just do shares up here, then if the stock moved against me, I get stopped out, X amount of dollars. But if it just stays sideways and then it goes back up and tests where my stop would be, then I'd lose more money than if I just did a stock trade or a share size trade. So seem to kind of giving up this trend here, but still just watching here, price action. Volume has died down significantly as we move back down on this pullback. You can see it, which I'm not a fan of. But if we can stay down here as volume dies down, hopefully we can push downwards and volume starts to pick up. That would be sweet. Only way that's happening is if Qs and SPY start to push down with it. So. But pulling back as volume decreases on a very bullish trend currently is not what I like to see. Lots of orders at 250 cents. 50,000 shares. Respecting R3 here on the 2 minute. You can see a couple touch points. SPY and Qs might be breaking down here. Gosh, that would be great. That would be sweet. 3 minute chart here. You can see the moving average catching up to it. It's respecting it nicely. Love to see a squeeze down here. If we can squeeze through 199, we can definitely potentially move back down to 198. Has to lose 199 though. That's a pretty significant area of support. SPY and Qs looking weak. Making a bit of a head and shoulders pattern, if you want to call it that. Here's a shoulder, here's the head, here's the other shoulder of the stock. It's a common chart pattern that you see in trading textbooks to be on the lookout for. SPY and Qs are breaking down, guys. So you can see we're testing this 199, starting to push down a little bit. Testing VWAP. I would love to lose VWAP here, man. That would be great. People consider VWAP if the price is above VWAP, then it's considered bullish. More bullish bias, you could say. If the price is below VWAP, then you're more bearish on the trade. SPY and Qs are breaking down. That's great for me. Testing VWAP. This will be a good area to partial. But SPY and Qs look weak. This move seems like it's just getting started, so volume's picking up on this 3 minute here. You can see 1024, 25, 26. That candle just closed below VWAP. Volume's picking up. That's a really nice candle for me, so I don't want to close my position just yet or take profit. I'm gonna try to hold this position. I'd like to see where this can take me, if it's gonna go. You can see here we're moving up nicely, 3.8. The high is 4.7 if we test that area. So right here, if I were to close it, it'd be around $400 or $500. SPY and Qs looking weak, volume's looking great there to continue to move down. I don't want to shut this position down just yet. It hasn't given me the signal to close it, so I want to see if we can lose this level. What I'd really like to see is us get to pretty much the box here, but maybe 196.50. That would be sweet. SPY and Qs looking very weak. Volume's picking up as it's making a leg down here on the 5 minute chart for SPY and Qs. That's wonderful. Testing VWAP. We haven't pushed up yet. See, we got this nice big red candle with decent volume. I like to see this continuation here on this 3 minute. It's taking its time though. Still has a minute and 20 seconds to close though. So. Spine cues looking great for me. I just don't want them to get extended too fast and too much. But we're looking to see if this is going to push down. Really respected R3 here on this 3 minute chart. So a good profit target area would be S3. R3 to S3 traverse. We're about halfway there right now. 197.20. So I think if it gets to S3, I'll partial or close the position entirely depending if we can get there. Spine cues, lots of volume with a nice red candle here. I just don't want it to get too extended from VWAP. Is this the 2 minute? This isn't the 2 minute. Okay, I'm like, those candles are taking way too long to close. Okay, here we go. 2 minute chart here. I was wondering what was going on with that. So, tested VWAP, decent volume here. Still looking for a move down. Again, partialing at VWAP from where I was at, it's always a sure bet for making a couple bucks for my trading trade book and what I look for. But I've noticed that stocks tend to traverse in these ranges a lot for my winners, and sometimes I close my position or partial out pretty aggressively. So what I want to do now with my trading is really hold these positions longer until they hit until they traverse from basically the range. So like the high of 200, I'd love to see it come back down to like 196. That would be ideal. Close the position down there, no partialing. That's a really big winner. If I do that, there's been some trades that if I never partialed out, I would have made around $5,000 on several trades if I didn't partial out aggressively and just held. So I know what I'm doing in terms of my trade book, and the odds, if they're in my favor, they tend to work out nicely. So just consolidating around VWAP. But yeah, what I want to do is I'd really like to hold at least to S3. You can see it's kind of hard to tell. There's a volume bar, volume by price. A lot of liquidity happened at S3 here. I'd love to see us get to S3 before I partial. We're starting to go over in my time here for getting ready. I'm supposed to be getting ready right now. So if we can get to S3, I'm gonna close my position if it can squeeze down. Again, time is my enemy here on this options trade. The faster we get there, the more reward I get, but the longer this takes, the less reward I get. Just gotta be patient here. Starting to move against me here. It's just testing the bottom of that 199. 190 has a real nice order that's way far away. Let's see, it seems like price might be trying to push up here. You can see here on the options chain, we're getting close to break even. Price is moving up. I think I got in around, what was it, like 200? Maybe a little under, just a little under 200. SPY QQQ starting to pull back. That's the thing, it was moving down nicely when QQQs would break down. The overall trend on SPY QQQs is bearish though, so. Nonetheless, price is pushing up here. We don't like that. See, in hindsight, it might have been a good idea to partial out at VWAP, right? Put some money in your pocket. This is the battle mentally is fear and greed, right? Was I being greedy there? Should I partialed out at least one contract at VWAP, put some money in my pocket? Probably. I've had a lot of red days as of lately. So, those are things you gotta keep in mind. I remember listening to a podcast of a trader. He mentioned, like if you're walking down the street and you see $50, are you gonna pick it up or leave it there in hopes that you're gonna see 100, a block away from there? And 10 times out of 10, you're probably gonna pick up that 50. So can't pass up free money. And if the stock doesn't work in my favor, then I passed up some free money. But what really helps my account grow is letting my winners run, holding them longer. When the odds do go in my favor, they tend to traverse how I expect them to. So we're just holding, guys. We're just holding. SPY QQQs, last 5-minute candle on SPY, kind of bought up, sold off. Same thing with QQQs, kind of bought up, sold off. Which is nice for me. Testing this moving average here. Making a bit of a wedge on a 5-minute chart here. So price is just kind of tightening up here. You can see we're making a bit of a wedge if we were to draw some trend lines here. Like that and like that. So price is starting to get real tight here. Hopefully, ideally, love to see it, obviously get real tight, and then when that volume wants to explode, I'd love for it to explode down. Make another leg down. Get closer to my level here. SPY QQQ's looking rather weak. If SPY QQQs can make another leg down, I believe that AMD will lose this level of 198.20. So still in the trade here, 5 contracts. I haven't partialed out yet. SPY QQQs look like it might be testing the low of its current area of support. That trend line seems to be holding up nicely. About right there. Seems to really be respecting this trend. A really good entry too. My signal where I got in was good, but people who like to trade trend lines, you can draw a trend line on the 1 minute going up. Might be kind of hard to tell, but price is bouncing off of this trend line here. And then I got in pretty much at the break of that trend line. So a lot of people who are trend line traders, they would short once it breaks the trend line. So now we're just seeing this trend line unfold, see if it keeps respecting it. This trade's taking forever. I wish I had 2 hours to trade. If I had 2 hours to trade, man, it'd be a dream. Working with an hour, it can be challenging sometimes. Obviously, I pushed that hour to max hour and a half. So still in the trade here. The 5-minute wedge is getting tighter and tighter, volume slowly decreasing here. The stock is really just waiting on the spying cues at this point. Once the spying cues break down, if it were to break down, as this stock is getting tighter and tighter, if spine cues break down and lose their area of support, this little wedge is going to push down nicely. What I'm hoping for is it just pushes down fast so we can get to our target and get out. So I'm going to go get ready. Testing VWAP here, guys. Again, the safer bet would be a partial right here. The safer play, I would say, but Q and SPYs look weak to me. If they want to make another leg down, it seems like when they make another leg down, the Q or AMD makes another leg down. So the price is getting tight here. And spine Qs can break down here with some volume. Then that'd be sweet for us. That'd be great. Still just waiting, guys. Been in this trade for a while now. I got in around like what, 10:10 maybe. It's been a half hour. This is why patience is a virtue with trading. That's one thing trading will teach you is patience. And man, that's like probably the biggest thing trading will teach you. You have to develop patience. If not, you're gonna lose money. Because you can only take what the market will give you. So I'm very grateful for trading and teaching me the importance of patience, and because that applies to a lot of things in life in general. With good things, it takes patience to get to those good things. So trading will teach you a lot about yourself. Spine cues here, testing the low of their range. I can show you guys spine cues here. SPY's made a leg down, bought up, made a leg down, making a bit of a triangle here. So if spine cues, SPY can lose this. If we go to the 5 on Qs, same thing. If Qs can lose this area of support here, AMD will make another leg down. I just would like it to happen sooner than later. we were to close our position right now, it says we make 225. Spine Q's testing that level now. I don't want to close my position now. I'd be putting money in my pocket for sure, but the move to the downside may occur any moment now. Potentially. SPY's testing it right now. Q's getting there to testing it. We're respecting this trend line nicely, guys. Look at that. Let's say A and D breaks through the trend line, but SPY and Q's aren't showing strength. I wouldn't want to close my position. SPY and Q's trying to hold that level. Zoom in here, you can see it tested it, sold off. Volume is very dry now. 2 minute here, look at this volume dying down a lot. So the move is going to happen eventually. It's either going to push back up or it's going to push back down. But it's going to happen relatively soon. It's just fingers crossed it goes in my favor. Gosh, I'm going to have to run. It's going to have to be a sprint downstairs again, getting ready. This trade's taking forever to unfold. This SPY and Q just go sideways here. We're not going to go anywhere on AMD. If anything, it's just going to keep going up and testing this range here from probably 199.6. So pretty much where it's at now, VWAP, unless SPY and Qs can make another leg down. I just don't know how much further it's going to go down. There's still the Fed meeting waiting to happen. It's moved down a lot. So I don't know, there's going to be a whole lot of interest to the downside still. Look at the 3 minute here. Seems to be respecting this trend line now. Trend line is, or excuse me, not trend line, moving average is pointed downwards now, so that's good for me. 2 minute here, showing a little bit of respect for the 9 EMA on the 2 minute. I'm gonna get rid of this trend line. I don't really use trend lines. Sometimes they skew my thought process. Still just waiting, guys. Still just being patient. If anybody's in here, I never check if people are watching. I just keep talking like somebody is. Anybody's in here, thank you. Thanks for hanging with me. It's not the most fun, exciting stuff, but that's trading in general. It's not the most exciting stuff. It's exciting when you have real big winners, but those don't come too often. Okay, SPY's looking weak. Qs are looking weak. It's testing the low. This might be a good area to actually add to my position. I think it's about time for it to break down. Come on, lose this level, man. Lose 198. If we can lose 198, I think we're going to make a nice move down to 197 pretty quickly. But we need to lose 198. I need SPY and Qs to break down, man. SPY and Qs, guys, that's like the overall market. SPY and Qs, wherever they're going, the majority of everything else always follows suit. If the SPY and Qs are in a bullish trend on a daily and weekly, mostly everything else is probably going to be in a bullish trend too. If it's sideways, everything else is going to go sideways. This is just my experience of 5 years of noticing when I first started trading. I started trading during a bear market. It was like right after COVID hit, and obviously the market got really expanded to the upside and then sold off abruptly. I got in, or started trading when it was in its downtrend, and then found support at some point. Trump became president. Market started getting bullish. I was still trying to short everything because that's all I knew. And so now the market's been going sideways a long time, so I'm getting a lot of good exposure in a market going sideways now. So I've had some good exposure in the bear market. I've had some good exposure in the bull market, and some decent exposure in a consolidation market just going sideways. So, and that's how stocks move, up, down, or sideways. So it's good to get some experience in all these different time frames of the market and economy. So it'll be exciting to see where I'm at, 5 years from now, doing this for 10 years, day in and day out. There's no way that I fail at it. There's no way that I'll fail. Anybody who's watching, if you got a dream, just go for it too. You might as well go for it. It's going to take some time to get there, but you can't tell me doing something for 5-10 years and working on your craft every day at it that you're not going to become a master at it eventually. So what I will be one day is a master when it comes to this stuff. Still going sideways, guys. SPY and Qs still stuck in that range. You can see we got close to testing it here. Testing the bottom of this range, but it got bought back up. Now we're just bouncing. Just bouncing. SPY and Qs, man. I need you to break down for me. Give me something. The ladder to me is more bullish on the level 2 as well. So that's not something I'd like to see. But for all I know, man, the market can just go sideways until that Fed meeting, and I can't be here that long. Gonna have to cook with precision and speed when I go downstairs. I feel like I'm on next level chef sometimes when I'm cooking breakfast in the morning and we're going into my cooking time. I just want to see us lose this 198. That'd be great. If we lose 198, I feel like we're definitely going to make our way to 197. Because if we look at this 3 minute here, if you look at these volume by price bars here, the area of significant support here is the 198. You can see that's like the last area of support. And then it's just empty. There's not much liquidity going on. So if it can lose that level, it can move down really fast to that 197. But AMD does not want to go down. And it's not going to go down unless the spine cues go down. As I'm watching the price action here, spine cues, they're just going sideways right now. They don't want to make a leg down just yet. Still in this trade, man. Trade's taking forever. It's a downside to my style of trading too, is I like to wait for the market to unfold up to like at least 15 minutes, give or take. I don't have like a set rule on it, but I do tend to do much better if I avoid the opening of the market. But the opening of the market is where the volatility is, where there's a lot more volume, a lot more price action going on. So that's the downside for me, is when I take a trade, it can be a half hour into the day. And then from there, as time throughout the day goes on, the volume dries up, moves take longer to develop or to unfold. So still just going sideways. I'll be right back, guys. Bathroom break. Wow, you guys can hear that, huh? Let me go turn that fan on. Okay, stock is testing the high at this range. At this point, I gotta get ready, man. It sucks that I feel like I have to close this position. Spine Qs are making their way back up, but I gotta go get ready. I don't have time for this trade to unfold, unfortunately. Spine Qs starting to squeeze up a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna close this, guys. I'm all out of the position. It's a bummer because I think it's gonna move in my favor. Who knows? Alright, we gotta get ready. Okay, we made 110 on the day, not bad. But we gotta go get ready. So nonetheless, it's a green day. Green days are always nice. Just hoping for that move down to 197. But I don't think it's gonna get there. Who knows? Would have been great, but it seems to be pulling back. Spine Q's pulling back too. So, alrighty, guys, that's all I have for today. Nice to have a green day. So it's not a big one, but it's a win nonetheless. So it's always a good morale booster. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Peace.